Welcome back to the channel. We're kicking off today with the first official voice recording for Record of the End, Reilly the Void, A Tale by Keenan Schlecht. If you're enjoying the stories on the channel, please like, subscribe, leave a comment about anything you like, really. I'll do my best to read them all, respond to what I can, and just to let me know to keep going, keep having fun, creating new adventures for all of you. Let's begin. Prologue. History is written by the winners. Yet what of those stories have long been forgotten? What lurks in our past may be more real and ever more dangerous than we know. I am here to tell you humanity was built off a history that had been written for them. So I urge you to enjoy your home and time with friends and family as you live in the reality you know, because the legends and myths you know as fantasy are coming to rewrite history once again. Chapter 1: A Polite Soldier. Buzz, buzz, buzz. As Riley opened his eyes, he had already started doing the math in his head on if he could manage a few more minutes in bed before he had to get ready. While staying in his cozy, queen size bed with the air set to a nice, cool temperature, as the first cracks of light peered through the blinds was enticing, he knew, like every morning, this bliss couldn't last. Once out of bed, he had a quick bowl of cereal and then headed to prep himself for the day. Looking in the mirror, he saw the same guy as always. A tall man with short black hair. He would love to grow it longer and pull it back behind his ears. However, his more professional style matched a data analyst better. Piercing blue eyes with a spattering of a few freckles coated his face. Stroking his face, he knew he'd have to shave, but he decided to save it for after his morning run. Out the door, he took a few steps off his porch. Riley stretched, looking back at his apartment. He lived on the bottom half of an old red brick house that had been converted into two apartments. His street was right in the heart of the city, but filled with families. He started slow to warm up, always enjoying the first few streets with nice yards and some friendly smiles from neighbors walking their dogs. Riley never struggled to jog, as he was a fit man, if not somewhat on the lanky side. This morning, the air felt just right, as it was crisp, early fall morning. Cool without being cold, with just enough moisture from the dew. The trees were turning their array of colors and had begun to lose some leaves, which were now being crunched under Riley's feet as he pounded down the road. He was a creature of habit, always running the same route. At his halfway point, he stopped at one of his favorite spots, a bridge overlooking a river. On weekends or a nice afternoon, you could catch kayakers drifting downstream or kids playing on the sandy banks, though he always preferred the early morning view. Looking out over the water as it rushed and curved around the rocks, moving with a perfect flow. Only the birds could be heard chirping over the water. It helped him breathe and focus on his thoughts, today's being dreading another day of work. Often, this was his Wednesday morning thought. He had been so focused he didn't know the cars surrounding him. "Hello, sir," a voice behind him said. Hi, can I help you?" Riley said as he slowly turned to see who would be talking to a stranger like him. The shock on his face was evident when he saw, in front of him, a soldier. After a quick glance, Riley noticed the soldier was a good bit shorter than himself and had a stout physique, with skin a golden brown. Under his cap, he seemed to have a rather round face that was making a considerable effort to look quite stern. Behind him, three black SUVs had surrounded the pair. "Hello, sir. I'm Officer Quinn. I'm here with an invitation," said the soldier, with a noticeably Hispanic accent. "Sweet. Totally normal," Riley said in his usual sarcastic tone, only afterward realizing this may not be the right situation for it. "So, I have a few questions. Like, what are you talking about? Do you have proof who you are? And how did you find me on my run?" Riley was talking quick in his confusion. "Wait, I know the answer to the last one. You guys have been surveilling me, haven't you?" He said it so quickly he'd almost cut himself off while asking the initial question. Yes, sir, we have, said Officer Quinn. To answer your other questions, I have this letter for you. Quinn then produced a white envelope and handed it to Reilly. The outside of the envelope was addressed to Reilly and had no return address. The surprise came when he turned the envelope over and saw that it was stamped with the seal of the president's office. After seeing which, he quickly opened it to see what the president could possibly want with him. Dear Mr. Locks, you have been requested to attend a meeting at Fort Meister in Maryland. You have been designated as a person of interest in a new military project. It is believed by my advisors and myself that this project will pave the way for the United States and the world's future. Your current life will be taken care of. We will see to it that your accommodations are met, and those who need to be notified will be. You will be debriefed upon arrival at Fort Meister. Your country needs you. Rise to the call. Sincerely, Daniel Ward, President of the United States of America. After he read it, Reilly folded the letter up, put it back in the envelope, and placed it in his pocket. All right, he said, while taking a pause before continuing. This is ridiculous. But you do have an official ID, and some money went into this, so I'll bite. Whatever this is, it sounds interesting. Say, you wouldn't happen to have contacted my work that I won't be coming in today, would you? He said, throwing up two awkward finger guns at Quinn. We have notified your work, replied Quinn. Okay, so, Quinn, what do we do next? We will take you back home to pack and then move on to Fort Meister, sir, replied Quinn. Probably a waste of gas to drive out here to get me when you could have just come to my apartment, but this seems a lot smarter. Reilly joked with a smirk on his face, but got no laugh from Quinn. All right, that's fair. I'm going to get you to laugh sooner or later, he said. We should get moving, sir, replied Quinn, looking around in a few directions before motioning which car to which Reilly hopped in. Say, what's with calling me sir? We look about the same age, asked Reilly. Simply how I was raised. Sir, said Quinn. Cool if I ask you to stop? It's making me feel old, man, laughed Reilly. He was given a small nod of a response. The vehicle procession soon arrived at Raleigh's apartment. While Reilly went into pack with a guard watching over him, Quinn stayed in the car to send a report. Reilly packed his things slowly. Something inside told him whatever was to come, his life was about to change. Quinn told him to pack for a long stay. He made sure he included the essentials. Just before he left, he made sure to grab a bracelet his mom had given him for Christmas one year. It was a thin chain that had connected in the middle with a circle enclosing two crossing curved lines that formed a sort of arched X. She had gotten it to simply fill out his stocking, but he kept it and cherished it nonetheless. Once back in the car, the parade of vehicles started its march to Fort Meister. Let's get to know each other better, said Reilly. If you could be any type of cookie, what would you be? A butter pecan, Quinn replied, with a look on his face that seemed a little confused he answered so easily. All right, next question, Reilly continued. Why did you join the military? Quinn went silent, losing the stern look on his face for a moment before gaining it and stating, with all due respect, sir, please don't ask me again. I would prefer not to tell. Reilly understood and decided he'd best leave it at that. Well, we're not done just yet. I have loads more questions and some music selections for their trip, he said. Quinn began to regret this assignment. Thanks for listening to Chapter 1 of Record of the End, Reilly the Void. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you for Chapter 2 next time.